railways, fair railways.
Okay, Mr. Puri, we've got word that we're going to go across now to Parliament, and there we can see Parliament session has begun.
I rise to present before this August House the statement of estimated receipts and expenditure for the year 2016-17 for the Indian Railways. Let me begin with a couple of personal experiences. As a Railway Minister of India, I visit a number of places and meet a large number of people from all walks of life. On one visit to Mumbai Central Station, I was pleasantly surprised to find a group of women engaged in cleaning. The station looked very clean. On seeing me, a lady came and thanked me for allowing her NGO to adopt the station. For the last 5 months, she had been volunteering a day every month at the station. She said that she felt very happy to be contributing a little bit to this national cause. In another incident, Alok Tiwari, an inspector in the Railway Protection Force, recently deputed to the social media cell of the Railway Board, shared his sentiments. He is responsible for taking action on passengers' requests for help on social media. He said that for the first time in his professional career, he has realized how his little actions were making a huge difference in passengers' lives. He felt enthused and proud to be part of Indian Railways. Madam Speaker, it is the people like this who are the soul of India and Indian Railways. And that is why this is not my budget alone. This is a budget which reflects the aspirations of each and every member of the railway family, a budget that reflects the aspirations of the common citizens of India who have not only been writing to me, interacting with me on social media, but also meeting me in large numbers to share their thoughts. This is a budget that has been fashioned by a creative partnership with ideas from my colleagues in the Parliament, industry associations, commuter associations, media, and practically all sections of society. I would like to thank each one of you. But above all, this budget owes its inspiration to the vision and leadership of our Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji. He had once said, "My vision is to make railways the backbone of India's progress and economic development." We are making all-out efforts to translate his vision into reality. Our core objective is to improve the quality of customer experience at the individual level, becoming an engine of employment generation and economic growth at the national level, and convert India's largest institution into a template for transformation. Yatri ki garima, rail ki gati, rashtra ki pragati. This budget will document a journey of transformation, the journey of a nation, by touching millions of human lives daily. These are challenging times, maybe one of the toughest. We are faced with two headwinds, entirely beyond our control: tepid growth of our economy's core sectors due to international slowdown and a looming impact of the 7th Pay Commission, and increased productivity bonus payouts. Further, historically, declining modal share of Indian Railways, which dropped from 62% in 1980 to 36% in 2012, is continuing to exert pressure on the institution. At this moment, I am reminded of a former Prime Minister, Sri Atal Bihari Vajpayee's few lines. विपदाएं आती है, आए, हम न रुकेंगे, हम न रुकेंगे. आघातों की क्या चिंता है, हम न झुकेंगे, न झुकेंगे. Railway is an organization has stood the test of time due to the sheer grit and commitment of its employees. However, these challenging times require overall of our work culture and ethos cemented over years. Last year, I had unveiled a medium-term vision for the railways, which set us on its transformational journey for which we now need to reorganize, restructure, and rejuvenate this institution. We need to bring in a new approach, a new way of working. Chalo, milkar kuch naya kare. The 3 pillars of the strategy that I am laying out today reflects this new thought process. New Nava Arjan, new revenues. Our Indian Railway typically has focused on increasing revenues through tariff hikes. We want to change that and challenge our conventional thinking on freight policies to win back our share on the transportation sector. We will exploit new sources of revenue so that every asset, tangible or non-tangible, gets optimally monetized. New manak, new norms. Each rupee that gets expensed will be re-examined to ensure optimal productivity. We will take a zero-based budgeting approach to the financials in the ensuing year. We will improve our efficiency yardsticks and procurement practices to bring them in line with international best practices. We will continue to innovate and optimize our outgo on each activity. Nava Sanarachana, new structures. We need to reimagine the conventional ways of solving issues. Cooperation, collaboration, creativity, and communication should be the hallmark of our decision-making and actions. We will revisit all processes, rules, and structures to enable this and transformation. We will draw upon our inherent strengths, diverse talents, and rich experience to emerge stronger. I am reminded of Harvanshrai Bachchanji when he said, "Nav umang, nav tarang, जीवन का नवा प्रसंग, नवल चाह, नवल राह, जीवन का नवा प्रवाह." Madam, for the year 2016-17, we expect an operating ratio of 92% after including the immediate impact of the 7th Pay Commission as against 90% likely to be achieved in the current year. It is pertinent to note that ordinary working expenses grew by 32.5% in year 2008-2009 due to the impact of the 6th Pay Commission, while we are targeting to restrict the growth of ordinary expenses only by 11.6% in 2016-17. This has been largely possible due to extensive cost optimization and revenue enhancement through innovative means than next year. We have already made humble beginning in this direction, as a result of which a saving of 8,720 crores from the budget estimates last year will be effected this year, neutralizing the most of the revenue shortfall. We significantly reduced the cost of power procured for taxation by signing long-term agreements, brought down inventory carrying costs, and launched austerity drives. In the next year, we are increasing the rigor on cost optimization multifold. For the first time, absolute reductions as compared to the previous year have been planned in categories like diesel and electricity through concrete and rigorous planning. Further, with an optimistic outlook for the economy and various measures outlined later, we hope to generate revenues of the order of 1,84,820 crore next year, 10.1% higher than the revised target for the current year. The statement of financial performance for 2015-16 and budget estimate for receipts and expenditure for 2016-17 is at Annex 1. Investment. We have ramped up capital expenditure to remove the huge backlog of the past as well as to provide for the current and future needs of the organization. We have overhauled age-old practices, bottlenecks, and delegated powers effectively to the functional levels. As a result, the rate of capital expenditure has increased substantially in the later quarters of this year and should now grow exponentially. We will continue to employ this new approach to our capital expenditure. We have managed to break away from the average capital expenditure. It used to be 48,100 crores over the period 2009 to 2014 and an average growth of only 8% per annum to achieve a quantum jump. This year, our investment would be close to double of the average of previous years, a feat never achieved earlier. For the year 2016-17, the capital plan has been pegged at 1.21 lakh crores, 1,21,000 crores. This magnitude of investment calls for abandoning the business as usual approach and continuously innovating to find new ways of sourcing funds and to look at executing projects, be it by forming joint ventures with states, developing new framework for PPP, scouting international markets for rupee bonds, or engaging with multilateral and bilateral agencies. We will be at the forefront of infrastructure growth in the country. We have for the first time incorporated a statement in the Pink Book of sanctioned works, a list of partnership projects being undertaken with state governments and other agencies. Every rupee of investment in railways has the capacity to increase economy-wide output by a factor of 5. The impact that this increased investment in railways will have on the economic growth of the country is unprecedented. It would also lead to realizing the vision of a modern and efficient railway system. The vision is the railways must provide to the citizens of this country a rail system that they can be proud of, a system free from capacity constraint, a system that is efficient and predictable, a system that is sparkling and pristine, where the people of my country feel at ease, where there is a plenty of choice in every sphere of activity and the ease of doing business pervades the entire railway ecosystem. In short, a system that is capable of taking care of its own needs financially and otherwise. By 2020, we look forward to meeting the long-felt desires of the common man of this country. 1. Reserved accommodation on trains being available on demand. Timetable freight trains with credible service commitments. High-end technology to significantly improve safety record. Elimination of all unmanned level crossings. Punctuality increased to almost 95%. Increase average speed of freight trains to 50 kilometers per hour and mail express trains to at least 80 kilometers per hour. Semi-high-speed trains running along the Golden Quadrilateral, zero direct discharge of human waste. I am thankful to the various committees, including the committee chaired by my friend Dr. Debroy, whose recommendations have informed our vision. Many of the recommendations, being already a part of my last year's budget speech, have been expedited implementation, while there is a steady progress on several others. Our Prime Minister demands the conversion of vision into specific reality with speed, efficiency, and total transparency. As I stand to deliver my second budget, I am conscious that this is not only a moment for the evolution of new ideas, but also an examination of last year's momentum. Accountability is an ongoing principle in public life. I am happy to announce that action has been initiated on 139 budget announcements made last year. For the first time, an implementation report is included as Annexure 2. Madam, let me take a few minutes to dwell on the progress of some of the key initiatives taken during this year. With great pleasure, I wish to inform the House that bankable railway projects are now assured of funding and should be completed within the next 3 to 4 years. We have introduced a new way of funding our projects through institutional financing. LIC has agreed to invest rupees 1.5 lakh crores over 5 years on extremely favorable terms. We are also looking forward to setting up a fund with multilateral assistance from financing railway projects for more resources. During the current financial year, we have been able to set new benchmark on project execution. We will be surpassing the ambitious target of commissioning 2,500 kilometers of broad gauge lines. This will be almost 30% higher than the last year. In the next year, we plan to commission 2,800 kilometers of track. This year, we changed the metric from completioning to commissioning. Completion can be a misleading term, a paper reality. Nothing has started functioning until it has been commissioned. It is with pride that I inform this august House that we are poised to commission broad gauge line at a rate of 7 kilometers per day against the average 4.3 kilometers per day in the last 6 years. This pace will increase to about 13 kilometers per day in 2017-18 and 19 kilometers per day in 18-19 and will generate employment of about 9 crore man days in 17-18 and 14 crore man days in year 18-19. Electrification, it has been established that electrical traction is more economical besides being environment friendly. In a business as usual approach, it may take 10 to 15 years to complete the required electrification, which we are targeted to complete in the next few years. We'll accelerate the process and increase the pace manifold through innovative approaches of financing and project management, including partnership with Ministry of Power. We will formulate a framework where the net savings from electrification will be able to finance the capital expenditure to minimize the strain on government exchequer. This year, we intend commissioning 1,600 kilometers, which is the highest ever. In the next financial year, we have increased the outlay for railway electrification by almost 50% and propose to electrify 2,000 kilometers. Dedicated freight corridor project, the largest infrastructure project in the country, is gaining momentum. I am happy to inform that before this financial year closes, almost all the contracts for civil engineering works would have been awarded. Since I assumed office, contracts worth 24,000 crores have been awarded against 13,000 crores of contracts which were awarded in the previous 6 years. Given the emphasis on rapid expansion of freight business, it is essential to build more dedicated freight corridors for the increased traffic with consequent benefits for the economy and environment. It is proposed to take up the following freight corridors. North-south connecting Delhi to Chennai. East-west connecting Kharagpur to Mumbai. East coast connecting Kharagpur to Vijayawada. It is proposed to put these 3 projects on high priority to ensure structuring, award and implementation in a time-bound manner through innovative financing mechanism, including PPP. Port connectivity is an important element to ensure seamless logistics to boost countries' imports and exports. Last year, we had launched a coastal connectivity program. I am happy to inform that Tuna Port was commissioned this year, and rail connectivity projects to ports of Jaigarh, Dighi, Revas and Paradip are under implementation. For the year 2016-17, we propose to undertake implementation of rail connectivity for the ports of Nargol and Hazira under PPP. Considering the urgent need to provide connectivity to our ports on the 7,517-kilometer coastline, we will positively consider to undertake any offer of partnership coming in future. Northeast is one of the important parts of the country. Better connectivity to the Northeast state is our utmost priority. We have opened the long-awaited broad gauge Lumding-Silchar section in Assam, thus connecting Barak Valley with the rest of the country. We also brought Agartala, the capital of Tripura, on the broad gauge network. The states of Mizoram and Manipur are also set to come on broad gauge map of the country soon with commissioning of Kathakal, Bhairabi and Arunachal Jiribam gauge conversion project. In J&K, Jammu and Kashmir, despite difficult terrain and uncertain geology, work on Katra-Banihal section of Udhampur-Srinagar-Baramulla rail link project is progressing satisfactorily, and 35 kilometers of tunneling out of total of 95 kilometers has been completed successfully. The decongestion work on the Jalandhar-Jammu line, an important link to the valley, is going on in full swing. Doubling of 2 bridges will be commissioned by March 2016, in next month, while the other 2 bridges will be completed by 2016-17. Make in India. In keeping with our Prime Minister's emphasis on Make in India, we were able to finalize the bids for setting up of 2 loco factories with an order book of about 40,000 crores. These factories will create an ecosystem of many flourishing small and medium ancillary units which will get connected to the global supply chain. They will boost employment potential for the entire eastern region. We ran a bidding process that was absolutely transparent and the rates received were extremely competitive. We have since initiated a similar bid process for manufacture, supply and maintenance of train sets to be used for Rajdhani and Shatabdi services. It is proposed to increase the current procurement by 30%. Capacity building for the future. In the last 1 year, we have taken several measures to build the capacity of the organization to ensure readiness for the accelerated growth envisioned by us. The outcome of the exercise has resulted in increased absorption of capital expenditure and reduced project sanction cycle. Transparency is an important tenet of a government. Our mission is to ensure 100% transparency in all its operations. We have initiated the process of conducting recruitment online and are in the process now being replicated for all positions. Social media is also being used as a tool to bring transparency in our day-to-day working. All procurement, including procurement of work, has moved to the e-platform. We intend to usher into a new era by switching over to the paperless contract management system, where not only the bids are invited online, but the entire process leading to award of a tender is also done electronically. We have completed the trial run for the above and intend to roll out on a pan-India basis in the next financial year. With a view to ensuring empowerment at functional level, I delegated to the zonal railways all tender and estimated related powers. However, my task is not yet complete and this process will go on. As a result of the above, we were able to ensure that a project gets sanctioned within a period of 6 to 8 months a process which earlier used to take more than 2 years. With more delegation comes greater accountability, and to establish the new culture, key result areas have been defined for general managers and divisional railway managers. These areas clearly articulate the metrics on which the officials will be evaluated, ensuring objectivity in assessment of performance and mid-term course correction. We have signed MOUs with some zonal railways where quantifiable targets on performance parameters were clearly laid out. This ensured resounding commitment from these railways in meeting their targets. We shall do it for all the zones in next year. We have also revamped our internal audit system with a view to bringing in efficiency in our working practices. Specialized teams have been mandated to screen railway operations in specific areas to detect inefficiencies and prevent wastages. All zonal railways have been asked to prepare 2 such reports in the current year. Specialized training course on IT-based internal audit mechanism have also been initiated and to give professional teeth to internal audit teams. The Cabinet, in a historic decision, has allowed for the creation of joint venture with the state government for undertaking rail-based projects. This decision will open up new vistas for sharing the ownership of railways, enhance management bandwidth for project execution, and strengthen the spirit of cooperative federalism, which our Prime Minister always articulates, and enable states to jointly decide the priorities for development of backward regions. We have received in principle approvals from 17 states, out of which 6 MOUs have already been signed. This year, we have indicated 44 new projects covering about 5,300 kilometers, valuing about 92,714 crores in the budget document. It's a record. We have also forged a partnership with Ministry of Coal, Steel Authority of India, NTPC, to expedite the PACE project execution through innovative financing. The common people have always been the focus of all our initiatives. It has been an unprecedented year for customer-oriented works. Our responsiveness to customer needs reached new heights when we turned social media into a feedback and complaint redressal mechanism. In addition, we set up a dedicated IVRS system to seek direct feedback from passengers. More than 1 lakh telephone calls are made every day to seek inputs from passengers. With all these measures, we are able to give voice to the customer that was not only heard, but also acted upon. These channels were used not only to seek feedback, but to provide medical care, safety of passengers, especially women, and other aspects of human care, and also help us to monitor the cleanliness of stations and trains. Today, there is no barrier between common passenger and the railways. We have taken a series of measures to significantly improve the quality of train services. In this effort, we have received assistance through funds from MPLAD and CSR. I am happy to inform that 124 MPs have given their commitment to contribute for passenger amenities. I thank each one of them for the help and hope to have the benefit of the assistance in the next year also. We have generated 65,000 additional berths by augmenting 884 coaches. We installed 2,000 water vending machines at stations, provided mobile charging points in general class coaches, placed dustbins in all new non-AC coaches, enabled online booking of retiring rooms, set up mechanized laundries to provide clean and hygienic bed rolls. Disposable bed rolls are now available at select stations to all classes of passengers. Introduced a new train between Varanasi and Delhi, Mahamana Express, with modern refurbished coaches. In pursuance of our mission of Swachh Rail, Swachh Bharat, I am happy to inform the House that 17,000 bio-toilets in trains and additional toilets at 475 stations will be provided before the close of this financial year. World's first bio-vacuum toilet was developed by us is being used in Dibrugarh Rajdhani Express. 74 more new trains have been added under onboard housekeeping service, and another 400 to be covered soon, leading to a total number of almost 1,000 trains under the scheme. The punctuality performance of passenger train has been a matter of concern for several decades. We have a porous network which leads to rampant infiltration by humans and animals. Problems are compounded by congestion in tracks, terminal capacity constraint, and asset failures. The worst affected is the busy Ghaziabad to Mughal Sarai section through Allahabad and Kanpur, which spreads across 3 zonal railways, thereby impacting the overall punctuality of the entire network. We initiated the audit of operations on this section to improve our performance. Some improvement is already visible, and capacity augmentation in the medium term will further reduce the delays. Besides internal reasons, there are also external reasons, such as agitations on railway tracks, which lead to punctuality losses. I appeal to all my fellow citizens to desist from this, as it causes not only to the nation, loss to the nation, but also to them as passengers. Last year, I had announced Operation 5 Minutes to enable passengers to purchase tickets without spending long hours in queue. In this context, we introduced 1,780 automatic ticket vending machines and 225 cash coin and smart card operated ticket vending machines. Enhanced capacity of e-ticketing system from 2,000 tickets per minute to 7,200 tickets per minute to support 1,20,000 concurrent users as against only 40,000 earlier. Introduced mobile-based apps for purchasing unreserved and platform tickets, and Go India Smart Card scheme for cashless purchase of UTS and PRS ticket. For the Divyang, we introduced one-time registration for availing concessions while booking tickets online. Also wheelchairs and Braille-enabled new coaches. For our senior citizens and women travelers, we increased quota of lower berths in the coming financial year. We are increasing the senior citizen quota per coach by 50%, resulting in almost 120 lower berths per train for senior citizens. We added more escalators and lifts, reserved more middle bays in coaches for women's security. We introduced Wi-Fi services at stations, especially for our youth and business travelers. The process has begun. We intend to commission Wi-Fi services at 100 stations this year and 400 more stations in the next 2 years. We are partnering with Google in this endeavor. I take this opportunity to invite all other service providers and entrepreneurs to partner with us in this initiative. The passenger experience is significantly governed by the efficiency and quality of services on our railway stations. Besides improvement in service, a redeveloped railway station would also provide opportunities for generating significant non-tariff revenues. We are redeveloping our stations using different models. Based on one of these models, the contract for redevelopment of first such station, Habibganj in Bhopal, for which the financial bid has been received, while 4 others are in a very advanced stage of bidding. In a landmark decision, Cabinet has approved redevelopment of 400 stations through PPP. This is expected to be the largest transit-oriented development in the world and hence involve complex decision-making. On the basis of a bankable structure for private partnership, it is proposed to undertake a bidding process for a few large and medium stations during the course of the next financial year. Apart from taking up stations through PPP mode, we are also exploring the possibility of availing multilateral financial investment for the development of southern other stations with the state governments. We are making a unique attempt to combine cleanliness with creativity. I had appealed to numerous social organizations to come forward to beautify our stations. I am happy to inform that walls of many stations have been converted to murals, which have not only improved the aesthetics, but also spread awareness on socially relevant themes. One such theme that deserves special mention is wildlife conservation, illustrated to the paintings done at Savai Madhopur station. Hazaribagh, Borivali, Khar, Udaipur, Bikaner, of some of other stations, we showcase local art and talent. I thank them all and request similar support next year for aesthetic upgradation of our stations. To provide better security to passengers, especially women travelers, All India 24/7 helpline number 182 was started. CCTV surveillance provided at 311 stations, and all major stations will be brought under CCTV surveillance in a phased manner. A single accident or loss of a single life causes me great sorrow and anguish. It also demonstrates that we'll have to go a long way to go in realizing our objective of a zero accident regime. Although our safety record is better at 20% lower accident this year as compared to the previous year, there is much more that is required to be done. I truly believe that a way forward is to eliminate accident is through adoption and assimilation of latest technology. We have entered into R&D partnership with leading railway institutions of the world, Railway Technical Research Institute of Japan, Korean Railway Research Institute. They will work with us to improve operations on existing network and hence provide a roadmap for zero accident railway system in India. In the interim, we have examined the recommendations of the committee headed by Dr. Kakodkar and are working on their implementation. We are also working on anti-fouling measures for overcrowded trains, mainly in the suburban sections. In 2015-16, we have closed 350 manned level crossings and eliminated 1,000 unmanned level crossings. 820 ROBs and RUBs have been completed in the current year, and work is going on 1,350 more. In my last budget speech, I had promised annualized saving of rupees 3,000 crores to be achieved by the third year on energy. I am happy to announce that a target will be achieved in the next financial year itself, a year earlier than envisaged. For the first time, we leveraged provisions of the Electricity Act to procure power directly at competitive rates using our status as deemed distribution licenses. Power procurement contracts already signed and implemented will mean an annualized saving of rupees 1,300 crores. Further actions to source power already initiated will deliver annualized saving of 1,700 crores during the coming year, taking the total to rupees 3,000 crores. In addition, the saving of rupees 300 crores is being targeted through demand-side management and energy efficiency. Locomotives with auxiliary load are now being manufactured by us. Use of these locos will enable elimination of power cars, thereby replacing them with passenger coaches, which will enhance the carrying capacity of train and significantly reduce the travel time, noise level, fuel consumption, and carbon footprint. 4 such locos have been turned in the current financial year, and another 39 are expected in the next year. Rail University is an important enabler to build sustained flow of skilled manpower, a prime requisite for any world-class railway system. We have identified the National Academy of Indian Railways at Vadodara as a first institution which will be upgraded to a full-fledged university. Preparations are in full swing to establish the university during this year. As an organization, we cannot progress on the path of prosperity unless the path is digitally illuminated. This year, an application of tax management system was launched. With this, activities of tax inspection, monitoring and maintenance has thus been switched over to an IT platform. And automatic alerts in the form of SMS and emails are being generated. Inventory management module of TMS has resulted in inventory reduction of 27,000 metric ton, resulting in a saving of 64 crores, and scrap identification of 22,000 metric ton, equivalent to 53 crores. During this year, the system will be implemented throughout the railway network. We have developed an application for maintaining centralized land data and records of all land holding that we have now been digitized. As I move on to illustrate the new initiative, let me take a step back. One of the thrust areas of last year's budget was giving passengers better services and making railway journeys enjoyable. We will continue to build on this momentum and strive hard to ensure satisfaction of each of the 7 billion passengers that ride railways network annually. Ours is a common man's government, working tirelessly for the benefit of all, especially farmers, workers, women, disabled and the impoverished. Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas is not just a slogan for us, it pervades all our thoughts and actions. Every customer is our brand ambassador, the very reasons of our existence. Therefore, each time that he or she travels, the satisfaction quotient must go up. In pursuance of making each of our customers happy, I propose to take the following measures. For the unreserved passengers, we'll start, this is a new product, not a train. This will be there all over. Antyodaya Express and Deen Dayalu coaches. This government truly believes that the fate of India would not change unless the lives of the common man or woman improve. Not only he or she is a center point of policy making, but is ubiquitous to our public discourse and in our ideology. We propose to introduce Antyodaya Express, a long-distance, fully unreserved superfast train service for the common man to be operated on dense routes. We will also add 2 or 4 Deen Dayalu coaches in some long-distance trains for unreserved travel to enhance our carrying capacity for the masses. These coaches will also have facility for potable drinking water and higher number of mobile charging points. For the reserved passengers, we are starting 3 new products: Humsafar, Tejas, and Uday. I am announcing 3 telex services which will ensure cost recovery by way of tariff and non-tariff measures. Humsafar would be fully air-conditioned third AC service with an optional service for meals. Tejas, on the other hand, will showcase the future of train travel in India, operating at a speed of 130 kilometers per hour and above. It will offer onboard services such as entertainment, local cuisine, Wi-Fi, etc. through one service provider for ensuring accountability and improved customer satisfaction. We'll also introduce overnight double-decker Uday Express on the busiest route, which has the potential to increase carrying capacity by almost 40%. To continue the efforts in minimizing waiting time for passengers at booking windows, we intend to commence sale of tickets through handheld terminals for the benefit of the suburban and short-distance travelers. This should enable us to deploy multiple point of sales with minimum infrastructure. We also intend initiating sale of platform tickets through ticket vending machine, which will be made compatible with not only cash but also credit and debit cards. In the next 3 months, we'll open the e-ticketing facility for foreign debit and credit card holders, particularly for the foreign tourists and the NRIs. For our journalist friends, we will provide e-booking of tickets on the concessional passes available to them. This has been a long pending request, and it is my privilege to provide them with this service, hoping that they will cover it better. Cancellation of PRS tickets requires a passenger to travel to a booking window to avail the refund within a prescribed time. This is a source of great discomfort. We will now open the facility of cancellation through the 139 helpline, post-verification using one-time password sent to registered phone members. We will introduce barcoded tickets, scanners and access control on a pilot basis on major stations to tackle the menace of ticketless travel and ensure hassle-free travel for the genuine passengers. We have taken a number of measures to improve service during the morning Tatkal hours, yet there are complaints of rightful passengers being denied train tickets. We therefore intend to progressively ensure CCTV coverage at all Tatkal counters. We plan to institutionalize a system of third-party periodic audits and certification of security features of the PRS website so it cannot be hacked. The Vikal, Alternative Train Accommodation System scheme, introduced in October 2015, will be expanded to provide choice of accommodation in specific trains to wait-listed passengers. This has been a great response from the people, and we want to increase it. Taking forward the momentum on Swachh Rail, Swachh Bharat, we intend taking a string of measures to improve the cleanliness stations and trains. Introducing Clean My Coach service, which is already there, on pan-India basis, where a passenger can request cleaning of the coach or a toilet on a demand through SMS, so then instantly the service will be provided. Ranking of A1 and A-class stations based on a regular periodic third-party audit and feedback from passengers. Setting up of a waste segregation and recycling centers at A1 category station in a phased manner. 5 centers to be commissioned in the next financial year itself. Undertaking awareness campaign, installing additional 30,000 bio-toilets, providing portable structures with bio-toilets at all platforms for select stations for senior citizens, Divyang and women. Catering has been one of the main issues and also source of satisfaction as well as complaint. Catering has been an important parameter for customer satisfaction. In pursuit of our objective to provide quality food to customers, the following measures are taken. IRCTC would begin to manage catering services in a phased manner. IRCTC will unbundle catering services by creating a distinction primarily between food preparation and food distribution, extending e-catering service from the existing 45 large stations to all 408 A1 and A-class stations. Explore the possibility of making mandatory catering service optional in train. Local cuisine of choice will be made available to the passengers. Adding 10 more IRCTC operated mechanized sophisticated base kitchen to ensure fresh and hygienic supply of food on train. Mandating third-party audit in order to ensure desired level of quality in catering services. introducing a new policy of multi-purpose as against existing single-purpose stalls at stations, where each stall can provide multiple services required by passengers, including milk products and OTC medicines. Enforcing reservation in catering unit to scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, other backward classes, women, Divyang, etc. We will also introduce a sub-quota of 33% for women in each of the reserved category. Further, to build local ownership and employment, a process of giving weightage to district domicile holders for commercial licenses at stations will be initiated, as we have seen in the past that one contractor could pack all the stalls. We are going to be also using all the technical halls as commercial halls on the long distance train. We have introduced Sarthi Seva in Konkan Railway to help the old and disabled passengers requiring assistance at stations. We will expand this service at many more stations. We will strengthen the existing service for enabling passengers to book battery-operated cars, porter services on a paid basis in addition to the existing pick-up and drop and wheelchair services. For the Divyang, and with the objective of Accessible India campaign, we will ensure that all stations under redevelopment are accessible to Divyang. We will make efforts to provide at least one Divyang-friendly toilet in each platform in A1 class station during this financial year and the next financial year, and also ensure availability of wheelchairs in sufficient numbers at these stations. There is a continuous effort on our part to ensure safe and secure travel for our passengers. Yet untoward incidents occur. To minimize the financial loss to passengers from such events, we are working with insurance companies to offer optional travel insurance for rail journeys at the time of booking itself. Passengers transiting in our network now could book on an hourly basis the retiring rooms that are available. Madam, we are starting a Janani Seva. We would like to mitigate the hardship that mothers undergo while traveling with their infants, and for that purpose, we will pilot availability of children's menu items on train. Further, baby foods, hot milk and hot water would be made available on stations, and changing boards for babies will be provided in train toilets. With a view to enhancing passenger comfort, we are planning to reimagine the design and layout of our coaches to ensure higher carrying capacity, provision of new amenities including automatic doors, barcoded readers, bio-vacuum toilets, water level indicators, accessible dustbins, ergonomic seating, improved aesthetics, vending machines, entertainment screens, LED lit boards for the advertising, public announcement system and more. These new smart coaches would cater to emerging needs of our customers and to also ensure lower unit cost of operation due to higher carrying capacity. Presently, we have different digital solutions for ticketing, grievance redressal and other issues. We intend to integrate all such facilities into 2 mobile apps only, one dealing with ticketing issues and other on redressal and suggestion system. Bharatiya Rail is persistently innovating to ensure responsiveness to customer requirement in all our actions. Toward this end, we are making arrangements for skilling our front-ended staff, those we employ through service providers. The uniforms of all customer-facing roles will be refurbished to clearly distinguish them on our network. We will install information boards in trains enumerating onboard service, also GPS-based digital displays inside coaches to provide real-time information regarding upcoming halts. This service will be provided through private sector engagement. Work is underway on installation of a high-tech centralized network of 20,000 screens across 2,000 stations known as Rail Display Network. This will enable real-time flow of information to passengers and also unlock huge advertising potential. We intend to strengthen the organization at the stations with a view to ensuring better passenger amenities, vigilant and sensitive customer service, responsive grievance redressal system. All A1 stations will now be manned with a duly empowered station directors supported by cross-functional teams who will run the station as excellence center for customers. We will also make one person accountable for all facilities on a train. The great places of pilgrimage in India have a natural attraction for the Indian traveler. We intend taking up on priority the provision of passenger amenities and beautification on stations at pilgrimage center, including, and not all, but including Ajmer, Amritsar, Bihar Sharif, Chenganur, Dwarka, Gaya, Haridwar, Mathura, Nagapattinam, Nanded, Nasik, Pali, Parsanath, Puri, Tirupati, Vailanakani, Varanasi and Vasco. We also intend to run Asta circuit trains to connect important pilgrimage centers. Last year, I had announced development of satellite terminals at a few locations. We take the next level to have several more. I appeal to all states to come forward and to partner with us in line with more. This will help us to provide many more services to the people, so I request all the partners. Porters play a key role in making our journeys comfortable. We intend providing them with a new uniforms and train them for soft skills in line with the evolving image of railway. Adopting modern technology, yet traditional in its ethos, also explore methods of offering them group insurance facility. Henceforth, we will be happy to call them as Sahayak. So they will not be called as Kuli, they will be called as Sahayak. A high-speed passenger corridor from Ahmedabad to Mumbai is being undertaken with assistance from the government of Japan. A special purpose vehicle for implementing high-speed projects is being registered this month. The prime benefit of this project will be providing us with technology advancement and new manufacturing capability, which will be leveraged for all other areas of the existing network. We propose to invite FM radio stations for providing train-borne entertainment by installing PS systems in trains. Bilingual onboard magazine Rail Bandhu, which is available in Shatabdi, Rajdhani and Duronto, would be extended to all reserved classes of travelers in all mail express trains. We'll also initiate publishing Rail Bandhu in all regional languages. Mumbai is the financial capital of India and needs a robust transport system. However, the suburban railway system in lifeline of the city is overstressed. In principal, approval of MUTP 3 has just been received from Niti Aayog to move forward. We are working towards achieving the financial closure and early award of tenders for 2 elevated suburban corridors between Churchgate and Virar and Chhatrapati Shivaji Terminus to Panvel. The Panvel CSTM Panvel corridor will be integrated with metro lines being planned by the state government for connecting existing Chhatrapati Shivaji International Airport and proposed Navi Mumbai International Airport. We intend to raise all low-level platforms in Mumbai suburban station in the ensuing financial year to address safety concerns on this account. In Kolkata, we have ongoing metro works of around 100 kilometers, which when completed would quadruple the installed capacity. I have resolved all issues related to East-West corridor at Kolkata Metro, and I am happy to announce that phase 1 of this project would be completed by June 2018. We are working on the possibility of extending the East-West corridor by another 5 kilometers. Delhi, our national capital, is under severe stress from rising pollution level and can be provided relief by reviving the ring railway system comprising of 21 stations. We will partner with the state government to develop this infrastructure. We intend to undertake major programs to build an integrated suburban ecosystem for railways by launching a new investment framework. We would share equity contribution with the state governments and ensure cost neutrality on operations. We will come out with a detailed policy in this regard in the next 4 months. We intend to partner with the state governments of Gujarat, Telangana, Tamil Nadu for development of suburban sections in Ahmedabad, Hyderabad, Chennai, respectively, by deploying innovative financing mechanisms. Bengaluru, the technology hub of the country, warrants comprehensive suburban system. We will partner with the state government in this endeavor. Similar structures of financing mechanism will be created for Thiruvananthapuram, the capital of God's own country, Kerala. I appeal to the state government, and this is a very serious issue, I appeal to all the state governments to work towards staggering of office timing to reduce the peak load on suburban traffic and also avoid accident. Let me turn to traffic, 2/3 of the revenue. Winning back the lost model share. We have lost a lot of it over the years. Freight traffic. The model share of Indian Railway has been consistently declining over a long period of time. This trend has had a negative impact not only on the railways, but on the entire economy. We are determined to reverse this slide. There are 3 solutions for these issues. Expanding the freight basket, rationalizing the tariff structure, and building terminal capacity. The freight basket is dominated by 10 bulk commodities, which enjoy a share of 88%. We need to look beyond this to expand the revenue base. A full-fledged market study is being undertaken, and on the basis of this, we'll make sure that we recapture the asset. And we are already working on the scenarios, service level, infrastructure requirement, and action plan is being created to recapture the traffic through either containerization of new delivery models or on roll-off will be developed and implemented. Network capacity limitations do not allow us to run timetable freight trains. But from this year, we will start a timetable freight container, parcel and special commodity trains on a pilot basis. Container sector would be open to all traffic barring coal and specified mineral ones, and part loads will be permitted during the non-peak season. All existing terminal sheds would be granted access to container traffic where considered feasible. The current tariff structure has led to outpricing of our services in the freight market. A review of tariff policy will be undertaken to evolve a comprehensive rate structure vis-à-vis other modes, permit multi-point loading, and apply differentiated tariff to increase utilization of alternate routes. The possibility of signing long-term tariff contracts with our key freight customers using predetermined price escalation principles will be explored, which will provide predictability of revenues to us and costs to our customers. Inadequate warehousing and transportation is also one of the causes that keep potential customers away from us. In order to complete the chain of transportation, it is proposed to develop rail-side logistic parks and warehousing. These logistic parks and warehouses would be created in PPP mode to bring the required efficiency and investment, but also attract greater traffic to the railways. With the coming in of transport logistic company, we will be witness to a paradigm shift in our role as a national logistic provider. The focus will be on providing last-mile connectivity for freight business at reduction in logistic cost. At least 10 goods sheds will be developed by Transloc in this year, next current year, financial year, 16-17. To capture the automobile traffic, we'll soon inaugurate India's first rail auto hub in Chennai, probably in next few days itself. This push on rail-side warehousing would also encourage development of cold storage facilities on vacant land near freight terminals. Local farmers and fishermen would be given preferential usage to this facility. A policy of this regard will be issued in the next 3 months. We'll appoint key customer managers to liaison with our major freight stakeholders. They would serve as a single point of contact for all communication and redressal with these key customers. Each zonal railway will develop a customer commitment charter indicating service level commitments to passengers and freight customers. We will explore the feasibility of opening up of leasing of general purpose wagons, which was today restricted. Although we enjoy the highest captive eyeballs in a railway system globally, we earn less than 5% of our revenues through non-tariff sources. Many of the world railway systems generate anywhere between 10, 20%, even 30% of the revenues from this source. Over a period of next 5 years, we'll strive to reach this world average by monetizing assets and undertaking other revenue-building activities. We have already begun this exercise with a fervor. A major program of station redevelopment has been initiated, which I'm sure will convert these huge resources into commercial exploitation of vacant land and space rights over station building. Monetizing land along track is an important issue which we are doing. We'll lease out this space to promote horticulture and tree plantation. This will encourage employment to underprivileged sections, scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, OBC, etc., augment our food security, and also prevent encroachment of railway land. Possibility of using this track for generating solar energy will also be explored. Monetizing soft assets. We collect data pertaining to passenger preferences, ticketing patterns, commodity flows, train running, and information on various service and operations. We are exploring the possibility of monetizing our data software and some of these free services provided by us, such as P&A inquiry, currently being commercially exploited by other players, but at the same time ensuring that no compromise to the customer privacy is made. IRCTC website also offers opportunities for exploring e-commerce activities on account of the large number of hits that it receives. We have vast physical infrastructure which is ripe for commercial exploitation through advertising. We intend to give special focus to exploring advertising potential, trains, stations, and land adjacent to track outside the big station. We'll make effort to use customer interfacing assets every manner possible for earning advertising revenue. We'll evolve models to determine the revenue potential of at least 20 stations in the next 3 months. In all, we target to increase advertising revenues by more than 4 times in the current revenue. The parcel business needs to be liberalized, and the current parcel policy, including opening the sector to container train operators, to effect a quantum jump in the share of courier, express, and parcel market. Door-to-door connectivity, especially important for this market segment, and will take all necessary steps to do this, especially by growing e-commerce business and booking parcel online basis. Manufacturing activity also needs to be properly unlocked, and we are railways to become a meaningful player in the domestic and international market. By 2020, we should aim at generating an annualized revenue of about 4,000 crores by providing these units with necessary empowerment and incentive to realize this target. To ensure participation of large professional players, we are already moved to EPC-based contracting last year. I am happy to announce that we have finalized the standard document for undertaking works through EPC mode, and this will be done, which will be saving at least all contracts, about 300 crores will be on this basis. Private parties on a non-operational area, they are working with us. We intend to look at the contract to make sure that this contract management is to the global standards. In line with international best practices, we will rely on technological solutions for project management and monitoring. It is intended to use the latest drone and geospatial-based satellite technology for remotely reviewing the physical progress across major projects. In the next financial year, this should be operationalized for monitoring the progress of dedicated freight corridor. Our policies are led to piecemeal approach in IT. We already initiated a system for enterprise resource system, which will bring in innovative partnership and will revamp our entire railway system using the new ERP model. It is pertinent to have an independent regulation mechanism to enable fair pricing of services, promote competition, protect customer interest, and determine efficiency standards. I had announced last year creation of Rail Development Authority. We hope to have the draft bill ready after holding extensive consultation, and I am sure my friends in opposition also will cooperate. And the independence of the institution is sought to be ensured by way of transparent and streamlined selection process and keeping arm's length from the Ministry of Railways. A new beginning has to be made, and therefore we are also working on organizational restructuring. A departmental orientation, absence of cross-functional collaboration, and lack of business focus has held back the Bharatiya Rail from realizing the commanding heights that is capable of doing it. The solution to this lies in reorienting the working of the organization toward a common corporate goal. I propose to reorganize the railway board along the business lines and suitably empower chairman to lead the organization effectively. As a first step, cross-functional directorates will be set up within the board to focus on areas like non-fare revenue, speed enhancement, motive power, and information technology. We will explore the possibility of unifying cadres for fresh recruitment of officers. We will also strengthen the PPP cell. Railway Planning and Investment Organization is being created with the funds available for development and revitalizing the existing infrastructure. It is most pertinent that they are invested in the right manner. So this organization will prepare a 5-year plan, 10 years perspective plan, and they will be preparing detailed project reports and also look at the financing option. National Rail Plan. In order to provide long-term perspective to planning for augmenting the railway network, we have decided to develop a National Rail Plan in consultation with all the stakeholders, including state governments, public representatives, and other relevant ministries. The plan will endeavor to harmonize and integrate the rail network with other modes of transport and create synergy for achieving seamless multimodal transportation network across the country. This will also achieve our Prime Minister's vision of integrated planning and cost optimization of the transportation network, laying the new railway lines, highways, tunnels, and mega bridges. The companies owned by the railways are in assets with immense potential. We propose to examine the feasibility of creating a holding company so that all these assets can be properly monetized. For ensuring delivery of quality services to its customers, we need to equip with modern and cutting-edge technology. Priority areas of high-speed rail, heavy, etc. So therefore, to make sure that all these priority areas are addressed, we are working on a foreign rail technology cooperation scheme. We are setting up a new R&D organization, a special railway strategic technology and holistic advancement called Shrestha. RDSO will now focus only on day-to-day issues, while Shrestha will drive a long-term research. Data-backed decision-making is a hallmark of great institution, and therefore, we collect almost 100 terabytes of data every year, yet it is hardly analyzed. So we are creating special unit, Transportation Research and Analytic Unit, which will look into all the issues, and professional analysts will actually work on that. We are setting aside a sum of 50 crores for providing innovation grants to employees, startups and growth-oriented small businesses to support internal and external innovation. On an annualized basis, we will seek out solutions to some of the most critical problems and challenges that we face. This will be chaired by a committee of reputed investors, National Academy of Indian Railways, Railway Board and Kayakalp headed by Sri Ratan Tata. This year, we already talked about 3 areas for research: accessibility to trains from low-level platform, increasing capacity of coaches, and digital capabilities at station. There has been a long-felt need for developing test track for expeditious testing of prototypes under this. So we already started working on that. Madam, to make this happen, we are launching 7 missions. And each mission will be headed by a mission director, reporting directly to the chairman Railway Board. We will undertake the following mission. One of these is Mission 25 ton. To realize the goal of revenue enhancement, a critical step in the direction is to making our infrastructure for 25 ton axle load. It is proposed to introduce 20% freight loading through 25 ton axle load wagons in 2016-17 itself, and target movement of 70% of freight traffic in high axle load by year 1920. Mission Zero Accident. Elimination of unmanned level crossing, which constitutes to 68% of the deaths and 40% of our accident. This crossing also lead to drop. So we are creating a new mission to work on that. The second mission for zero accident is to train collision avoidance system. This will also result into making sure that all 100% of the high density network will be put with this device in the next 3 years. Procurement and consumption efficiency. To capture the quality of goods and services, we need to bring in our procurement practice in line with international best practice. And for doing that, vendor management, inventory, direct procurement of high-speed diesel, we are actually working on this, which will result into a minimum saving of 1,500 crores in the year 16-17. The mission, which is also launched to complement Mission 25 ton, would be Mission Rafatar, which will target doubling average speeds of freight trains and increasing average speed of superfast mail train in the next 5 years. Mission 100, 85% of our traffic originates from private sidings and freight terminals. There are more than 400 proposals under various stages of approval. In the next 2 years, we will commission at least 100 sidings. The current siding PFT policy will be revised to make sure that these 100 new private sidings are put into place. Mission Beyond Bookkeeping, which I said last year, that we don't want to work only on changing from single entry to double entry, from cash to accrual, but going beyond it to ensure that we have a further step in establishing accounting system where outcomes can be tagged to input. This is already under implementation, and I'm happy to say that we will be able to bring in the mission mode in the next few years. The 2 dedicated freight corridors are scheduled to be commissioned in 2019. This would create a new mission to ensure that is also implemented. We are putting them under the mission mode. Madam, I am happy to say that we have a workforce which is sincere and dedicated. It is my constant endeavor to improve their working conditions so that they continue to serve the organization with dedication. We will tie up with the Ministry of Health for ensuring an exchange between railway hospital and government hospital. We will introduce IU scheme in 5 railway hospitals. All our gangmen will be provided with a device called Rakshak, which will be wireless enabled and will intimate them about the approaching train. We will also reduce the weight of these tools carried by them while patrolling on foot. We will also provide toilets and air conditioning to cabs for our loco pilots. For a youth bubbling with ideas and energy, 100 students across engineering and MBA schools for 2 to 6 months internship will be taken by us every year. In partnership with skill development, we are also developing a lot of new skill programs. Social leadership had appealed to various NGOs, and therefore now we are working on self-help groups, not only to provide employment to women, but also to respect the images. We are working with NABARD to provide support and access to all the self-help group products which we marketed through this. We also work with KVIC to provide 17 lakh mandates of job. In the next few years, we'll work on environmental issues in a significant way. There are water harvesting programs which you have already launched. We also launched the sweepers and steel bridges to avoid this. To take forward a Prime Minister's vision of 1,000 solar power will be generated by us in the next few years, we have already launched this program. Madam, in order to encourage active establishment by various railway establishments, we are already working on environment shield. Tourism holds a great future, and we are also working on that. Madam, the railway setup is a reflection of everything that is India. It imbibes the ethos, morals, values and ethics of a great country. It represents the tireless spirit, eternal hope, aspirations, perseverance, determination and a never-ending enthusiasm for a dynamic country. Whoever said that India Railway is a way of life could not have been more appropriate. Madam, I begin my speech by stating that we had set out on a journey last year, the journey of transforming Bharatiya Rail. We have achieved significant progress in all aspects, and we will now want to work more. Even as the journey continues, I am reminded of Gautam Buddha, who said that whenever one contemplates a journey, there are two mistakes one can make: not starting and not going all the way. We already started the journey, and I intend to go all the way and will not rest till we take Bharatiya Rail to a destination called Samruddhi or success. With these words, Madam Speaker, I commend the railway budget to the August.